At the end of last summer, Clarence stayed with me for a month. We did a bunch of weightlifting. Yeah. A little bit of tricking. We even did some cardio. So during that time, I wanted to learn as much as possible about weightlifting, try and get a PB on snatch and clean and jerk.
That's power snatch.
My best lifts before this were around 80 for snatch and 100 for clean and jerk. So this is the top 5 things I learned about weightlifting from Clarence Kennedy. 1. Get stable. So on one of the first sessions, Clarence asked me to do this. Slow overhead squats with a light weight.
Up slower as well.
Up slower?
Yeah, up slower.
When I first did this, it felt super unstable. Every point felt kind of off balance. You can see my shoulders wobble around a little bit here at the back, trying to balance it. So we added this into the program every week. A few weeks later, it felt very easy and very comfortable. So this was super important. When I watch other weightlifters, it seems like they always do everything as fast as possible, and at that level they probably do, because it is an explosive sport. When you're first learning, you should do this and get really stable with it before you move on. 2. Programming. Clarence made me a 3-month program. Basically each day was a snatch and a clean and jerk. It was never a full snatch and full clean and jerk on the same day, but it was either a full snatch and clean and jerk variation or a full clean and jerk and a snatch variation. This was to stop me getting too fatigued. There's also squats in there and then an accessory movement. As you can see, the weights went up really slowly. It was basically adding 2.5 kilos to the lifts each week. And this felt kind of slow, but time soon went by, and soon enough that 80 kilo PB, I was hitting for a triple. And then soon enough, 85 was on the bar for a triple. This would have been a PB just for 1 rep. And remember those weaknesses? They were programmed in too. So we had a snatch balance with overhead squat, that was for the stability. And then in the second month, we noticed that my shoulders kept collapsing forward, which is a common problem. So we added hang power cleans and snatches instead of normal power cleans and snatches. This meant between the reps, I had to keep my shoulders back to be able to complete the movements. In the final week, we went for a PB. I was itching to do this the whole program, and we added a huge 20 kilos to my snatch, ending it with 100 kilograms.
Yeah.
And we added 25 kilos to my clean and jerk, so we went from 100 to 125.
Get it. Yeah.
3. Pull harder. So I used to think when people made contact with the hips, they just got down as fast as they could and luckily caught the bar. That's not actually what happens. So when people tell you to do this drill where you pull, you should actually pull and push the bar as hard as you can. You should be controlling it into the position rather than just catching it in position by luck.
You know when I showed you like how to find out like the position overhead? Just think about pulling and then pushing it into that position.
Do you actually feel like you're bending your arms?
Yeah, you should bend your arms, yeah. So you should use your arms in the pull.
It just looks like their arms are almost locked the whole time. And
If you watch a slow motion though, you can see their arms bend. Think about like high elbows in the pull. Yeah.
But like this, not like this, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like think about like pointing your like fist down towards the floor as you pull, yeah. It's good.
That was actually way stronger like that.
Yeah.
4. Extend harder. So when I do military press, I do it like this. Looks okay, right? Pretty normal. You will probably do it like that as well. But if you look at my elbow, it's slightly bent. So when you do Olympic lifting, the difference is you want to push to here and don't stop pushing even when you catch the bar. So this is called soft elbows, and this is one of the problems I had constantly. Because I never trained it like that, I just don't have the strength there. You can see a good example in this clip. Look at my elbows. They're pretty bent, and that caused problems. So what I did when I was training lighter weights, I tried to make sure I would extend and push as hard as I can, and even when I catch, I still keep pushing as hard as I can, like in this clip. And then once I practiced that and got to the heavier weights, it would happen more consistently. 5. Stay upright. So because I'm used to powerlifting, when I deadlift, my hips normally start higher, and that kept happening on snatch and clean and jerk. I'd rise my hips and then do the second pull. So this puts you in a really bad position to do the second part of the movement.
Set your hips into a position, feel the tension exactly, and hold it there for like 3 seconds, and then pull using the legs.
Okay.
Push it around with the legs, and try to keep try not to let your hips like rise up.
Okay.
Because like you do this setup like this, you're starting to hip high, hips down low, and then you pull, and then you rise up and down.
Right.
So static start just be easier.
As the weights get heavy, I think this happens a little bit regardless, just because the weight's so heavy that it pulls you forward a bit. It's hard to keep that chest angle. Eventually the way I thought about it was just to get in position, keep my chest angle the same, and treat it like a squat rather than a deadlift. Gets you in a way better position for the second part of the movement. And that's it, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learnt something. I'll leave you with this 210 kilo clean and jerk and an attempt at 220 from Clarence. Pretty insane in a commercial gym. If you have any questions about any of this, just leave a comment and I'll respond.
Let's go. Oh yes, come on. Ah.